fat dad, gonna put on a shirt. Will it fit? No, it can't, 'cause he eats all the food. Look out, here comes a fat dad. Hi, Derek Rose here, and guess what? I don't know why I said guess what. Hi, Fat Dad here with Fat Dad Comics. And over here I have a bunch of comic books for you guys to put your eyes on. I'm playing a character right now. I'm gonna be all chipper and zabbity-boo. But no, this is the you wanna see the real me, guys? You wanna see the real me? This is the real me. Hi guys. Hi, no, that's not the real me. This is the real me. So, I was thinking about doing this video on explaining how like the pitfalls or sharing my experiences with certain pitfalls I've come across while collecting. My whole thing is, like a lot of you guys, I'm collecting these books because I love collecting comic books. I always loved them. I loved them since I was a kid. But I'm a grown-ass man with grown-ass man bills, and I don't make a lot of money, so I can't really afford this endeavor. So I have the original idea to buy books that are hot and flip them by getting them graded. Buy it for $30, sell it for $300. Simple, right? No, it's not. It's not that simple. And the reason why is because, like the stock market, a lot of this is based on speculation, right? And your sources of information, if you want to be lazy, is you'll watch these 10 videos that all these comic book gurus put out. And you'll just look at upcoming movies for the MCU and see anything that may pertain to that particular storyline, characters that may pop up, and dig into your bins, and you'll see maybe like, oh wow, Kang's gonna show up, or Mephisto. Mephisto is kind of like the dragons in Game of Thrones. Dragons are coming, baby. And speaking of which, dragons, right? So Emilia Clarke wrote this awesome story called M.O.M, right? It's Mother of Madness, and this multifaceted woman, part-time sex worker, also will find her way to stop human trafficking. There's a real problem with that in society. From a premise standpoint, this thing is awesome, right? I went and I bought 4 of the cover A, 2 of cover B, and then I read the comic book, and it is a hot, steaming pile of, well, you know what? A lot of flies around it. They like to eat it. Some people like to do it on top of each other for some reason. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. So yeah, and I bought all these copies at cover price. So missed out there. Another thing. Speculator pitfall, guys. Another famous person. And guess what? I'm starting to realize something here. See the trend. Keanu Reeves. And Matt Kint, I believe his first name is Matt. He actually follows me. Dope guy. Wrote this thing called Berserker. And Berserker, guess what I went Berserker for? Berserker. And I got all these, I got 3 of these at $100 a pop, so I can flip them. I bought the second print, number 1. Those are off to CGC, so I can flippity-doo-dah them. And I also got 4 of these number 2 foil covers, because foil covers are really kicking butt. Guess what? I put those on eBay. 50 cents above cover price. No one's buying them. right? So I'm learning something. Two things. Don't buy comics that you intend to sell at cover price. Why? I don't know. Because most likely it's not going to sell for cover price. People are always looking for deals. No one wants to pay more than they have to. Nah, that's how I do things. Although I'm kind of a fool because I pay above more than I should. Anyway, so that's number one. Don't buy things at cover price because no one's going to buy them at cover price. And even the books that are hot, right? Guess what? Everyone knows. Everyone knows that they're hot. So, those things are going to be gone. And then you're going to be that fool on eBay buying a book that you should have paid $4.99 or $3.99 for. You're going to be paying like $11.99 or $20 for a nice house on the lake. I always want to say nice house on the left. What a graphic film that was. Those are some major pitfalls that I found myself getting into. So this happened with Never Never, number one. I just thought it was a cool book, so I picked up two. And I saw on Key Collector that Never Never, number one, was selling for $12. It caught fire in a day. And I went to a bunch of LCSs in close proximity of where I work in Manhattan. They were gone. They were all gone. And then I got a bad case of FOMO. And I went and I tried to buy some. And I was like, I actually bought two at $25 for both of them. And they had dings on them and scratches on the back cover. And in my haste, I made this purchase, and it wasn't like the seller held it for me. He put it on the post. So there you go. I was just so caught up in trying to get these hot items just to flip these books so I can potentially make money on it. And how much? I mean, we're talking about what are we talking about here? They sell for $4. I think they were going for 12 on average on eBay. What? I mean, $8 at two copies at $16. We're not breaking the bank here with $16. I mean, how many issues can I buy for my personal collection, even if I preview them? 4 issues, 5 issues, or whatever. I mean, that's the goal, but I mean, for the most part, that's not how it's going to work. It's not going to work out for me there. So, there's a lot of pitfalls. There's a lot of things. And also with the flipping, you got CGC turnaround times 10 weeks, 11 weeks, 12 weeks long. That's crazy. It's 3 months. And those are not counting the 2 months it takes for them to even crack open that package. Right? So now you're adding, 20 weeks? 6 months? You're doing about 5 to 6 months for these turnaround times. My first submission was back in May. It's July. They just opened it. They just received it. And I know, and I foolishly, in experience, again, I paid for cleaning and pressing. I understand, now I just heard this, but I understand that the cleaning and pressing process is an art form, and you could really damage, a lot of these books are modern, you could damage some key issues there. It's not something you want to kind of like experiment with. However, it's probably going to cost you less money to teach yourself to clean and press than if you constantly pay other people. Now, I found people on Instagram who are fairly inexpensive, and they do a phenomenal job. I sent out 15 books to someone I met on Instagram, and his work is great. And I actually this past week sent out those very same 15 books out to CGC. I mean, they look great. They look phenomenal. So, you know, I mean, there's that route. And for like a guy like me, single dad, you know, just one income in this household, to be able to maintain my family, pay bills and feed them, and then to have comic book collection as something that added as an expense, it could be debilitating. It could be debilitating for the family. And all the mistakes I'm making, I'm, you know, like the Joker says, whatever doesn't kill you can only make you a wiser. Well, that's what I say, wiser. And that's what it is. Survive the hits, and hopefully it makes me wiser. Or it is making me wiser. There's a lot of things that I have done the other day that I won't do anymore. And hopefully I can sustain this hobby, because I love it. I love to have the books. I love the way they look behind me. I love the way they sound when you know, going through pages. How they smell, how they feel. The stories are great. I'm huge into literature, as you guys can tell from left and right, my bookshelves. I hope this helps you guys. I mean, I don't know who's watching. Probably not much. I'm new in this game, so but I hope this helps some people who have questions. I'm going through this with all you other novices. I'm being guided by the same gurus as you guys, so I think that's what I really enjoy about this community. Everyone seems to be really helpful, really caring about each other. It's a lot of reciprocity involved in this thing. We buy from each other, we trade with each other, we sell to each other, for the most part. Something about this has some form of solidarity attached to it, that I think is enviable. This collective is pretty strong, versus like something like fanaticism surrounding sports, or your political views, or your social views. I really, if this endeavor does nothing else, it brings all walks of life together. Crap, why am I getting all touchy-feely all of a sudden? But in all honesty, I think that's what I think. It's so inviting, and I think most of us search for some form of acceptance. And I mean, damn it, this stuff makes me smile, and it's cool to talk about. I mean, you have your snobs in this community, and they have like that elitist attitude, which kind of blows, because a guy like me who collected as a kid and was an avid comic book reader, I mean, I've been in some form of purgatory for the last 20 years prior to this time. I mean, I'm not caught up. I'm not hip to what's going on in a lot of these storylines within this community. I'm learning this stuff as I go along, but my passion is so high and through the roof that I mean, eventually I'll get there. It's part of the experience. It's discovering these stories for the first time, or hearing from other people who may know more, or helping out people who may know less. I mean, this thing is, man, it's really awesome. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, I started off joking around and like whatever, but I mean, I think this is a serious topic, and the topic I'm talking about obviously is being a novice, being, you know, the pitfalls of being a buyer, seller, trader within the comic book world, or the collectible corner. And it's nice to hear some candor, I think, from some people, and I hope I provided that for you guys. So I'm going to be making more stuff, mainly humorous things, like scripted stuff that pertain to the comic book world, be it stories or what's actually happening behind the scenes. But yeah, so stay tuned and keep collecting. Thank you. This sock smells like a foot, by the way. Can we get another sock? Well, I'm looking at you. Get another fucking sock? Because I hope it's my foot, because that'd be weird if I'm smelling like one of your guys' foots.